Is this thing on? Hello?
Ever wonder why your podcast audio doesn't sound that great even though you have a good microphone? Chances are the problem could be your interface. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what an audio interface is and how to pick the right one for your podcast. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Chances are you're here because you want to learn more about podcasting or you want industry tips from podcast professionals like us. Well, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Quinn, I'm from the Podcast Consultant, and today we're going to be talking about the essential piece that allows us to record in this day and age. The audio interface. In this video, I'm going to walk through what an audio interface is, what it does, and how to pick the right one for your podcast. It might feel a little bit technical, but at the end of the day, your listeners and your production team will very much appreciate you taking the time to get the right pieces of gear to produce a high-quality piece of content. Be sure to watch until the end of this video, where I'm going to summarize everything and provide some quick bullet points and tips so that you can walk away feeling confident about picking the right audio interface. All right. Let's get started. First thing, what the heck is an audio interface? It's the bridge between what you say and what you record, and it's worth noting that not all audio interfaces are made equal. The chips and components they use to capture the sound from your microphone and send it to your computer can vary in quality dramatically. There are a few different types of devices that are used to record audio this way. You might hear them being called audio interfaces, mixers, audio mixers, podcast recorders, and so on. That said, when choosing a device, whether it's an interface or a podcast mixer, there are a few things to consider to make sure that you pick the right one for your podcast. The first thing to consider are the number of inputs and outputs. Outputs aren't as much of a big deal, but when it comes to inputs, you have to think about how many microphones am I trying to record. The rule of thumb here is one microphone, one input. The more people in a room speaking, say for example you have a show where there's 4 people sitting around a table, you're going to want at least 4 mic inputs on your interface. The second thing to think about is the preamps and the preamp quality in your interface. The preamps in your interface will amplify the signal of your microphone. Good preamps provide a clean, consistent recording with minimal background noise. The third thing to think about is phantom power. And no, not that kind of phantom power. If you're using a condenser microphone, you're going to need phantom power. It's a little button on most interfaces that will send a 48-volt signal to power the condenser microphone. Most modern interfaces have this, but it is still worth it to check. And the last thing to consider is direct monitoring. This feature allows you to hear yourself in real time with no latency while you're recording your episode. This is important if you want to monitor the conversation while you're recording it. Depending on the device you've chosen, sometimes there can be a little bit of a learning curve to understand the device, how it works, and how to set it up. Some of the interfaces and recording devices that we tend to recommend are the Zoom PodTrak P4, the RODECaster Pro 2, and the TASCAM Mixcast 4. You can find detailed descriptions about all of these devices and how to set them up available on our blog. Just click the link below. We also have an in-depth guide on podcast mixers as a whole that you can also check out on our blog. It's too much. There's so many things going on. How do I even pick the right one? Don't worry. If this all feels a little bit technical and a bit over your head, we're here to help. You can easily book a call with one of our engineers and we will walk you through the entire process. So, when it comes to audio interfaces, here are some things to consider. Number 1, the number of inputs and outputs you're going to need for your interface. The more people talking on your show and the more microphones you're going to need to record them, the more inputs you will need. The rule of thumb here is 1 microphone, 1 input. Number 2, preamp quality is definitely worth considering, and this isn't something to just cheap out on. The higher quality preamps, the higher quality conversion from analog to digital, the higher quality recording. Number 3, make sure you check whether or not your interface has phantom power, especially if you're using a condenser microphone. Number 4, if you want to monitor your recording in real time, make sure that it has a direct monitor feature. By selecting the right audio interface, you're covering your bases to make sure that your recordings are high quality, crystal clear, and that it's enjoyable for your listeners to listen to your content. It goes without saying, a cheap-sounding podcast cheapens your brand, so it's definitely worth it to take the time and get the right gear to provide the highest quality product possible. And remember, hit that subscribe button so you get more industry tips on how to optimize your podcast so you can always be sounding your best. If you need more personalized advice or would like someone from our team to help you pick the right audio interface, you can always book a free discovery call with us here at the Podcast Consultant in the link below. We'd love nothing more than to help you share your message with the world and take the hard parts out of podcasting. That way you can focus on having great conversations with engaging guests and sharing your brand with listeners and viewers online. As always, thanks again for watching. What interface do you use? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more industry tips from podcast professionals like us. See you next time, and happy recording.